Oh, yeah. That sounds a horde. They ain't never fought the Thraki before. Oh, shit. Oh, my God. Oh, Jamie looks like he's about to shit himself. And Dicken's fucked. He doesn't know what to do. God damn it. No, you can't. You ain't holding shit. Oh, my God. Oh, she's riding. Fucking A, Dracarys. Oh, my God. I love how they just stand on the fucking horses. This is insane. Oh, there's the gold. Ain't got no gold no more, motherfuckers. Oh, there goes the CGI budget, too. Oh, my God. Jamie versus the Dothraki. Fuck yeah, I've been waiting for this. Oh! Ah, Dickon. You remember his name now, motherfucker. Oh, God, burn it up, motherfuckers. God damn. Oh, God, if this dragon dies, I can't even deal. I can't even fucking deal. Oh, Danny, be smarter. Danny, be smarter. Please, God, Danny, be smarter. My fucking heart is pounding. Oh, God. Oh. Oh, no. But it, oh, you just pissed them off now. Oh, you done fucked up now, son. Oh, my God. Yeah, your little smirk was for naught, Bron. I love you, but you're done, son. No! I hate you, Game of Thrones. I hate you so much. You're the worst. Game of Thrones, you're cunts. You're all cunts. Oh, my God.
Real talk, the metaphor messiah, man. I got this one. Let's go. You ever seen the morning star? Mr. Metaphor Messiah, back to show you who we are. I represent a legacy, a pothead like the 70s, a different kind of mind. They say we only speak in melodies. Legend in the game, I think
what's going on, everybody? Winter is here, and so is your Game of Thrones review. Let's get right into it. As you heard, I enjoyed this week's episode. Like I think everybody has. Really, really crazy episode. I mean, absolutely insane. Vega will be here in just a moment. I'm just bringing him up right now. He'll be here, and we're going to talk about everything that happened this week in Game of Thrones because, damn. Damn. Absolutely insane episode in every aspect of. We're going to talk about all of it because now we're joined by the reason why you're actually here, the man, the myth, the legend, the god, the king of Game of Thrones, Mr. Lord Vega. What's up, buddy?
What up, man?
Oh my God, dude. I'm still like arcing rows of jism everywhere after this episode. Insane.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, it was pretty good. I liked it a lot.
Really, really insane. The special effects budget is fucking gone. It's gone. It's
Dude,
non-existent.
I don't know who works on I should be looking at the end credits, but I don't know who works on the visual effects, but fuck, dude. They hit those dragons on point.
Perfectly. There's so much to get to. Of course, we do have, what we've been doing, what a lot of people like is going through it scene by scene, and I'm down with that. But I mean, we've got to start with the ending there. We got to talk about this whole fucking situation with what we saw in this battle. First question, I just got to ask you straight out. Is this the best battle that we've seen on Game of Thrones?
No, it doesn't top Battle of Bastards.
I agree. I had the exact same argument earlier.
It doesn't top
well, not argument, sure. But it's up there, though. I think for specialty-wise, it's hard to top. I mean, the dragon was best dragon action we've gotten yet, by far.
Yeah, for sure. Because I think the only other time what we saw him in that stadium burning people, right? But that wasn't like that big of a deal. I mean, they got him a couple times with spears and shit, over there in Essos. But it wasn't like that big of a deal.
No, it really didn't. It wasn't that big of a deal. But this one was. This one.
Yeah, I agree.
It's one of those things that this episode felt like a turning point. It's right there. We're already past the midway point of the season now. So this felt like a turning point. This felt like where everything gets flipped on its head. There was a lot of foreshadowing in this episode. Lots of foreshadowing. So you want to do what we've been doing, go through scene by scene?
Yeah, we can do that.
I've got a list. You've got a list. I got my list. I think you got a list as well. If you want to go ahead and kick it off with the first scene.
You made a list, Dave.
Yes. I stepped my game up. You forced me to be better.
We opened up over there at Highgarden, and Bran and Jaime are splitting up some of the gold, and they start, talking shit with one another. They're having a little bit of banter.
Missed the banter between those two. I really have.
I fucking love those two, dude.
Do you feel like they could just do a show, just like a buddy cop show of these two characters? Because my God, the banter's so good. It's so crisp. One thing I want to say right now, acting in this episode, some of the best in the entire series. The facial expressions throughout, unbelievable. But I love this scene. Foreshadowing. You knew that if we're opening with a scene of all the gold being exhaustively stretched out on wagons and such, this was going to be an episode that had some shit to it, and we got that.
I fucking agreed. You already saw Bran. I mean, I miss that guy, dude, like every episode. I miss Bran.
Right.
Because Bran is like that dude that's like your homie. Like he's always around. He's not going to bullshit you. He'll tell you the truth, but he's not too big of a dick to where you don't want him around.
Yeah.
That's why he's like one of the most relatable characters if you're like a man's man kind of guy,
Do you feel that he's starting to get more greedy than he should? I mean, they kind of teased a little bit of a rift between Jaime, and then at the end of the scene, Jaime put him on fucking shit detail. He put him on go motivate the farmers to produce more food. I mean, he put him on grunt work there. You think it was because Bran was kind of being a little bit ungrateful, maybe? I mean, Jesus, Jaime just handed him a bag of gold the size of my fucking head. And
yeah, but Jaime knows Bran, dude. It's not like they're strangers. He knows that that's just how he is.
Yeah.
But Bran, as he's talking shit to Bran, you could tell that there is a tone throughout all conversations during this season that, yeah, we have our banter and yeah, we're talking shit or we have our relationship. But remember, we got big shit going down.
Yeah.
So there's no time for you to go pick a castle, cocksucker. There'll be plenty when we're done. That's what I hear when I hear, Jaime telling him, you'll have your pick of the litter, just relax. We can't do shit. Like when he says Danny will kick you out the day after you move in, he's not lying.
No.
As
we find out.
Yeah. And, Bran is just making sure he's tracking that he owes him. Yeah. Because that dude, I don't know. What do you think? You don't think Bran deserves it a little bit?
Well, of course he does.
Man, he's been running through a ringer. Yeah, he gets promoted, but he's always getting stripped of shit, like.
To be fair, though, I mean, for everything that Bran's been through up to this point, and you can make an argument, he's in there in the top 5 people in the entire series who's been through some shit. Remember, we've seen him since the first season, and he's been around going through stuff. He doesn't have an overabundance of scenes, but everyone that he's in is important, and usually some shit ends up happening to him. And yeah, but it doesn't feel like he's growing. He's still motivated by the exact same things that always motivated him. But I don't know. I don't know if it should be that way. People change, and I don't know if he's changed enough considering the events that have happened to him. I don't know. It's a minor criticism. It's minor.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see, man, because you already saw what happened at the end.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that was a pretty big arc as well. But the way Bran even got involved in this was a hint of gold just to kill a knight to save Tyrion. But at the same time, he didn't have to do that. He still could have walked away with his neck.
Yeah. Bran's an interesting guy.
Yeah, he is. Like he's a lot more complicated than he leads on. That's for sure.
He's one of my favorite characters. I just don't. I think the foreshadowing of it. Of him bitching about the station yet again, it it felt like it was some heavy foreshadowing what was going to come later on. I don't know. Game of Thrones usually isn't that heavy-handed. And I was like, okay, when you hear that argument, you know something's going to happen. It was either he was going to die or once again he was going to end up saving Jaime's ass. The latter ended up happening, but still.
If you think it's so heavy-handed, you think he's going to sit on the Iron Throne? Like Bronn just, everybody kills each other, and then he just walks up to the throne and sits down and like, this castle will do.
This castle. You know? What a great end line. This castle
That would be a great ending line, dude, right there.
It would be pretty great. No, like I said, it's a minor criticism.
It's not a castle.
The next scene that we had, it was Cersei talking with the Iron Bank, correct?
Yep.
Basically gloating and planning her next big adventure with the Iron Bank. Who doesn't he look like the guy from fucking B-52s? He really does. Got me a Chrysler as big as a whale. That motherfucker. He looks just like him. I swear to God. He does. I fuck off. He does. But that shit was funny because he was like masturbating over money. You know, he was enamored with the amount of money that she was able to give him. And she, in her eyes, right there, it's game over. She's got all this on lock. Pride always cometh before the fall. A lot of foreshadowing. Yeah,
it doesn't help that you know, everybody was, the whole plan that they had to kind of counter what was going on, it didn't help her delusions that all that worked out perfectly.
Yeah, it did. It worked.
You know, like everything worked out. And, you know, because that's got to be a huge boost in the confidence in the war.
Oh, yeah.
You have half, Highgarden is gone. That's half of 2 kingdoms that are in open revolt. Well, excluding the North, because they're like in scraps right now and they're worried about different shit. But I'm saying Dorne is half of the open revolt of 2 powerful kingdoms, right?
And they're done.
That are right next door.
Yeah.
Yeah, one south, one straight to the west. And now she controls the grain and all that. No, not really, but, you know, they're transporting it and half that's gone already.
Yeah.
But with the boost of Dorne falling, because there is no one left in Dorne, huh?
There's no one
the son was killed by the sand snakes. Sand snakes are gone, except for the daughter, which she's already going down a drain.
Both princes dead. Everything's done. It's
everybody's in dungeons and shit. So she's thinking, all I got to do is deal with this Targaryen girl. We don't believe dragons exist, but wait till she gets the word on that, huh?
Yeah, the rude awakening coming for Cersei. The reaction next week is what I'm really looking forward to, because God damn, I mean, she thought she controlled the food, she thought she controlled the money, she thought she controlled the armies, she thought she had everything on lock, and not only did she think it, but the Iron Bank was convinced. So now she's got to deal with more, because remember, the last words he said to her was, as long as the gold gets here. And there,
well, it did.
Very heavy.
It did.
Oh no, the gold didn't show up. That gold's destroyed.
It did.
What do you mean?
The gold showed up, buddy.
When?
I rewatched it because I was like, oh my God. So wait a minute. Now she can afford to buy armies if she needs them, Dany, right? But in the opening of the last sequence of the actual fight, he says it in one line. He says, the gold is safely through the gates of King's Landing.
I thought he said once the gold. Once the gold.
No, he says the gold is safely secure. Ooh. And he says good, and they continue the conversation. You have to like go back and rewatch it. But he says the gold. Well, when what's his name, the Tarly guy, runs up on his horse to Jaime and Bronn.
But that means they would have broke the caravan. That doesn't make sense. You don't break a caravan like that. I don't know if that's right, because they made such a big.
At the beginning of the episode, they let the caravan go. Like that thing went ahead. It was not marching with the army. They took off.
Oh, that's weird. I guess I missed that completely.
Yeah, at the beginning
because
of the episode,
they made such a big deal of destroying those caravan line. I thought the gold's gone. I guess I misunderstood. All right, I'll take your word for it. You're the king.
They paid. They paid. It's already done.
That's so weird. Then everything's anticlimactic and does not mean as much as they made it out to mean. That's weird.
Well, I don't know. It makes it a little bit more interesting now, because she would have had a fucking mountain of gold right there in front of her if Dany, you know, obviously she conquers that entire fucking area right there. So having a caravan full of fucking gold
Dany
would have
destroyed
definitely
all of
helped
it.
Struggle. But now that gold is gone, and now it's at the gate or it's inside the city under Cersei's command. The only problem is it was a give and take. She might have all the gold that she might be able to buy with the Iron Bank because they're going to invest, right?
Yeah.
After
That's what they were talking about. Sure.
Yeah. So now she is able to hire the Golden Company, which I don't know about the books, but from what I hear, it's like,
It's
very
very
are the
formidable.
shit.
It's formidable. Yes.
Yeah. And they're already putting in work over there for Cersei, So, so now that she has all this gold, the give was she had to give up her brother essentially, and that entire Lannister army, and now the Rock, I would say, is going to be gone because that force has to be mobile.
Yeah, it's very confusing. They made such a big deal on the shots of the dragon destroying that caravan. I thought the gold was in it. I thought the gold's melted. I thought it was completely melted.
But what they were doing was they secured it wasn't just like supplies and stuff for them to move around. They took a lot of the harvest, remember?
Yeah, I remember. Well,
so a lot of that caravan that she's blowing up is food for soldiers.
Yeah. Still, it's a weird scene. I think a lot of people might have been confused about that, but still, regardless. But here's another thing. This confuses me as well. If you're going to have your big fucking weapon, I understand that keeping with the army is one, but wouldn't you want to protect the gold as well? Wouldn't you have the Scorpion with the fucking gold? I don't know. It's like that gold is important. That gold is just as important as the rest of the stuff on that caravan. I don't know.
Well, think about it. They made the right decision. I mean, if you were on the ground and you know that all this shit is occurring at the same time, one caravan traveling at the speed of a lot faster than one entire army, yeah, you might be well protected in your mind, but we've already seen ships fucking go into fleet battles. Nobody knows what the fuck's going on anymore. So I would say that they made the right call. I don't know if I would have made it, but he had a good mind about it.
I mean, considering what happened, I would think yes. I would think yes. Fair enough. I guess I completely missed that. That's game changing. But we'll go back to that in just a few. Because there's more to talk about with that. Next scene, we got Bran talking with Littlefinger. Oh God, we got more Bran weirdness, man. Walk me through this shit, man.
I don't like that kid. I do not like that motherfucker at all. But in this scene, we have Littlefinger handing off the dagger to Bran. Or Bran, sorry, not Bran.
Yeah, Bran.
To Brandon. Yeah. I'm not Brandon Stark.
I'm not
or
Brandon
whatever
Stark.
The fuck his problem is. I hate this kid with
broken,
a passion
broken
now.
Matt Hardy.
Yeah, and he tries to convince her that he would have done everything for his mother and he loves his family. He's there for her now in the form of trying to, counsel the family or trying to advise them, and he's standing by their side because he did bring the Vale army with him, that's what he's trying to tell Bran, but little does he know Bran can see everything and knows everything, and he knows he fucked his dad over, I would say that
he proves it with one line:
"Chaos is a ladder," and only two people were in the room, and one of them is nowhere closer. He knows that Viserys has never been to the north like that, to be talking to Bran, so.
Yeah, that was one of the only times that I think I can, maybe the only time I can remember seeing Peter visibly shaken, and not by violence, by words shaken. That shook him. You can see his eyes. That was really cool. I thought it was a powerful scene. One of the only things I really like about Bran ever is that line. He knows how ridiculous his story is, so he's just proving it to everybody. He's just saying everything to everybody, try to get him convinced. I think he needs everyone to believe him. And he doesn't know how to do it without being creepy. At least he didn't talk about raping this week. I mean,
I know, right? You looked beautiful. Even while he was sticking his penis all the way down your throat. It was amazing. How crazy, dude.
How great would it have been if he would have said to Arya, I remember when your eyes were taken away from you. You were very pretty that day. Like, what the fuck are you doing, dude? That dude's
God. He's so uncomfortable, but not like in a way where I'm like, wow, they shot it and it was so great the way they did this. I'm very uncomfortable. No.
Yeah.
I don't want to be like that. Not with him.
They're pushing it. They're pushing it very hard. Him in the goodbye scene, right in the exact same scene with what's her name leaving him after all this time. Thank you was all Bran could muster. They're really.
I know it was a good hint.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I think it was a good hint with Littlefinger and the conversation, but I found it more interesting that Bran didn't care.
Yeah.
I found that more interesting, where he was like, he's kind of irrelevant, whatever. Yeah. I don't give a fuck. Where we're thinking Littlefinger's kind of a big player, Bran's kind of brushing him off and handing daggers off to, Arya, and he's just, I don't know, it's just the sense where, yeah, it's creepy and shit, and yeah, he knows all the stuff that has happened and all the things that might happen or whatever, but, I don't know, he just has this thing where he's like, peasant. He has an attitude towards him.
He wrote him off because he understands, like Jon, there's only a couple of people in the entire series who understands how big of a threat the White Walkers are and how much more important that is than all the political bullshit that Baelish and everybody else wants to fuck around with. Bran understands that more than anybody now. I mean, so for him, everything that Peter's done up to this point, even killing his father, it's irrelevant. It's absolutely irrelevant. And I thought that was, he didn't, because he has to know he killed his dad. He had to know he's responsible for it.
Yeah, he knows everything, yeah.
And yet he didn't I was like screaming, stab him in the fucking neck with that dagger, son. No, he didn't have to do any of that. It didn't matter. It's irrelevant. It's completely irrelevant.
Well, it's right. You're right. You're right what you're saying. I'm thinking character-wise, the way he views him, and you're thinking big picture with Bran. He is the embodiment of big picture on the show. He embodies that picture.
Even if it's not done particularly well all the time with his creepiness.
No, I hate that kid. I prefer Jon trying to convince people and people thinking he's crazy. I find that a lot more engaging.
As Captain Kirscher said in the chat, one of the most important lines in that entire scene is, "You died in the cave." Bran died in the cave, and that was important.
That is when Mira Reed walked in.
Mira Reed, thank you.
What a cunt! What a cunt! He couldn't even say.
Thank you.
An emotional thank you and a hug, maybe a little tear. But it goes back to what you're saying, dude. Is he's just already tracking that everything is so big of a deal of what's about to happen that it doesn't even matter who you are to me. Yeah. Like we're all probably gonna die or we need to focus. Nobody cares.
She dragged his ass through the snow.
Yeah, well, since he is throughout time, it's like one of those. Your thank you today isn't going to mean shit tomorrow anyway. Right. So fuck off. Yeah. You're not going to remember it when a White Walker is fucking crawling through your ass,
He didn't react when she got emotional with him, when she was like, I almost died for you. My brother died for you. Hodor died for you. She dragged his ass all the way through the fucking north, all through the wildlands, back to the wall.
What a cunt. That guy, yeah.
But he can't react. I understand it. I don't like him. I don't like him. Bran fucks up everything. He's the worst. He's the absolute worst. But I get it. Because he is the embodiment of the big picture. I really enjoyed it, though. Mira Reed getting emotional and him not having any of it because he simply can't. I like it.
I want somebody to just walk up to him and just slap him in the face.
I don't think, for what? What would it matter?
I would feel better. I would love it. I would record that and I would put that on a loop and I would put it on Twitter on my timeline. That way in the future when I feel bad or angry towards people, I would just pop it in and watch it.
Right. I just need some Bran violence every now and then.
Exactly.
All right. Exactly. So anything else on that scene or we want to move to the next one? Because the next one's a biggie. She was pretty much the one that wrapped up that scene. And that the final one was he died in that cave. He did, which was a good line. Next, of course, Arya returns home. A place she hasn't been since the first fucking episode.
I was getting a little emotional.
That was huge, man. That was a heavy scene, man. I mean, really. She has not been there since episode 1. I mean, for fuck's sake. It was heavy. And for some reason, I feel like they didn't need to do the guard scene, but I'm really glad that they did. I like the guard scene where he said, I'm going to punch you in the face to the other guard.
Yeah.
That was
I
good.
think they said, did you ever watch it? I don't know where you watched it. I think you said HBO Go, right? You saw
HBO now,
inside the scene. Did you see that part?
I decided not to watch it.
Dude, those are really interesting. You're talking with the two responsible for the show.
I know,
you know what I mean?
But I had so much I had to do. I had to get the little clip audio thing that I recorded because I recorded myself throughout the entire episode, and I had to get that cut up and everything. I didn't have time, so.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to get that intro done for you because I don't think anybody knows because I took them off my channel or I privated them on my channel. But last season, Kirst saw them. She knows. But there's two videos that I did that are reviews of Game of Thrones, and they're like 20 minutes each of me talking
I
shit.
didn't know that. Really?
I can send you one. I was watching it today because I was gonna strip that intro and just give it to you because it's a pretty good intro.
Oh, I'll take it.
But
anything with Vega's name on it, I will fucking use, dude. I don't give a fuck what it is.
Yeah,
Anything that's got your name on it. St. Kirsch too. Anything you guys do, just think of me. Just think of me. You guys are the bomb, dude. So.
Dude, you got Santa Claus too, man. He's fucking getting in there.
Yeah, Xanta's coming up, man. Too. I like what he did. Gun Cannon stepped his game up. I mean, you look at this frame. Everyone really does seem to be stepping their game up, which is great. So it's pretty.
Yeah, see, look, Cam Kirsch. I love those GOT videos, and you took them from me.
How dare you?
I'll send it to you afterwards. Anyway, okay.
So Arya back home and appropriate meeting place with her sister meeting in front of the statue of their father. The conversation that they had was rather light, but still fairly heavy. I like the fact that I wish somebody who knew him would have been the one to make the statue. They didn't know his face. I like things like that. The little touches I really enjoyed. The entire conversation felt good. It felt right. They were still laughy, and of course she brought up her list, which of course Sansa just dismisses immediately, and they both have a little hearty laugh. What did you think of the scene? I felt it was balanced right. Anything stick out to you?
I know when she, like, the small pieces of dialogue, because the dialogue so far this entire season is like flawless to me, right?
God, it's so good.
But when Sansa's like, you shouldn't have ran from the guards, like it's great that they're stating in their dialogue how they perceive each other,
right?
Because you know what I mean. She has to, and Arya's not in a rush to tell her sister, hey, I am actually probably one of the deadliest people on the planet. Yeah. Just so you know, I don't think you know that. So Arya's just kind of hanging out, like, I know I can do all these crazy things, but Sansa still sees her as this little wild girl that likes to play with sticks and shit. Yeah, she's a little troublemaker. So Sansa is now in charge. And once we get to the other scenes, I think we both saw some of the faces, like you're saying, the facial acting was on point, but
amazing.
The one line that stuck out was, I don't run. Like, she could have said, I didn't run away. She said, I don't run and you need better guards. Like, I don't run.
I thought she said, I didn't run, you have better guards.
Yeah, she did. She just says, I don't run. She could have said, I didn't run away. Like, that would be. That's what I thought she said, really. But you need better guards. You need better guards was a bigger line to me. God damn it, Tommy C. He's calling me. He never fucking looks at my he doesn't see me on Twitter. You handle him. I'm fucking live. Fuck him. Jesus Christ. I swear to God, he does no respect at all. None. You're involved in this, and the motherfucker not. What's the matter with him? Vega, give me a weapon. Give me a weapon. Give me a weapon, Vega. I don't know. Block him.
Unbelievable. He's gonna call me on the house phone. Call me on the house phone.
I'm gonna leave Tommy's server right now. I'm gonna leave Tommy's server.
No, it's fine.
I'm gonna leave because he has Captain Kirsch and SFTP staff, and I am online.
Yep, you're nothing. You're just a guy.
I'm nothing. I'm gonna leave the server right now.
All right, fuck it. Everybody leave Tommy C's server.
I'm leaving his server. I just left.
No, you did. You better not.
I'm out of his. I just did. All right, next. All right, what happened?
All right, so and we get another reunion. We get Arya reuniting with Bran. He's gonna be mad about that. Arya reuniting with Bran. Arya making Bran less creepy, I felt, because she was just like, she kind of fucking got it. It felt like after everything that she's seen, that didn't really seem to bother her too much. She's like, yeah, I'll take this dagger. Give me that shit.
Yeah. She's like, are you sure? He's like, well, it's wasted on the cripple. It's all right, cool. She just grabbed it and that was it.
Right. And even the things that he was saying that was letting on to him knowing exactly where she was and the things that she was doing and all of that didn't seem to faze her. Didn't seem to bother her one bit. Like, she's the first person really not even shaken by any of it. Yeah, I liked it. I don't know. Because she's got bigger fish to fry, man. She's
also, I mean, think about it, dude. Arya's seen some shit, dude.
Oh,
she's taking on people's bodies. Like, she's skinning people's faces, and she's cooked men alive. Like, there's not much that could surprise Arya at this point.
Exactly.
So even if her brother would have been like, hey, by the way, I can see through animals and I know the entire history of the world and zombies exist and all this shit, she'd be like, all right, cool. Yeah, thanks for the dagger though.
I had my eyesight taken away mystically for absolutely no reason and then given back just as mystically for no reason. I've seen motherfuckers look like old women. I've become an old man. I've fed sons to fathers. Yeah, you ain't phasing me, son. You ain't phasing me. It's fine. Oh,
lost her eyesight and everything. Yeah, but that was, and also that whole, she's going back to King's Landing, and Sansa's like, why are you going back over there? She's like, because Cersei's on her list.
Yep.
And then that's when Sansa, you saw the facial features kind of drop a little bit, like, oh shit, she wasn't fucking around.
You know what I liked?
You know, she does have a list.
Yeah, I loved that she asked about that, because that's the acceptance of all the Stark children I really loved, because she was like, who else is on your list? I like that, because she believes it. She understands what's going on. And that was even before she saw what Arya was able to do. Talk about that in a second. That was awesome. But that was really cool. But it's just she understands now. You know, she's like, who else is on that list? And she's like, it doesn't matter. Most of them are dead. Most of them are dead now.
But isn't Littlefinger's on that list, isn't he?
Yeah, that's what I kept thinking, right? Because they kept showing little looks between him and her. Like she was looking at him because, I think he's on the list.
I think like the small council, like she put anybody that she even remotely believed was involved on that list.
I'm trying to remember the entire list. I know the phrase.
I have to go back,
Phrase, Hound. Because remember, Hound was on the list. Hound.
Cersei was top of the list. I think she was always the first.
Yeah.
Because Joffrey was at the top of the list. He died, and then Cersei definitely topped that one.
I love the joking of killing Joffrey too. I wish I would have killed him. I wish you would have. Yeah, I like that. That was kind of cool. So,
with a smirk on her face. Yeah. What a fucking killer.
This is really. All right. So anything else in that scene that you noticed that you want to point out?
Not really.
Okay.
I mean, he other than the fact that he's just sitting in the snow in front of a weirwood tree when he could just fucking kind of, because now he doesn't necessarily need to get into he's free now. He can actually warg and do whatever he wants now, right? Without actually touching anything, right?
Doesn't seem to be. I mean, he seems to be able to be free, but yet there's comfort in the trees, I guess. So for him, is he going to become a part of a tree?
Okay, so it's another creepy moment.
He is creepy. He's like, I'm going to sit next to this bleeding tree again because reasons. Fuck off,
Yeah, because location.
Exactly.
It's a great scene. It's a great scene.
It is. It is actually a really good scene. Shit starts to get real in the next scene, man. This is when we get right around the halfway point where the dragon glass. There was a lot of convincing in this episode. This episode had a lot, especially the first half of it. It was a lot about convincing. Jon showing her the dragon glass, how much there was of it, and then showing Dany even more with the first men drawings and the children drawings and all that stuff. And then most importantly, the White Walkers, black and white, with the blue fucking orbs and shit and all that on the wall. Dany still not fully being impressed by it and still wanting to bend the knee after everything, the convincing and all the conversations. What'd you think of the scene? I really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun.
I think, that was on point because that whole, it's like Dave and Dan. I'll just bring up what they said inside the episode as well. So like they were describing, to die behind the scenes, that they were saying that, some of the motivations were, like the French caves. So they said there was a lot of geometry, seen in those carvings of our real history.
Yeah.
So that was a huge inspiration to them. And they wanted to show that it doesn't matter who the fuck nothing on the planet matters more than this. And this story is about as old as it gets. And it happened before and it's going to happen again.
Yeah.
So heeding that warning is something that they should really do.
Yeah.
And those markings are proof that what Jon is saying is true. And they've always been around. And, she kind of bended, but then just
right back.
Just put it right back in his ass, like, okay,
I'll
fight for you.
Bend the knee.
Yeah. I was like, hell yeah. And then she said that. I was like, God dang, we ain't getting nowhere in this bitch, dude.
And she says it with so much resolution. Did you also notice at the beginning, before he takes her into the cave, he finally addressed her as Your Grace? I found that was
important. That the first time?
Yeah,
I didn't notice.
He had not called her Your Grace before because she made a point of that in the first. And no, he did not call her Your Grace. Not the first meeting, because she was like, you don't address me as queen or anything like that. They made a point of hitting that. Now, but he did this time. He called her Your Grace. I think it was the first time. Correct me if I'm wrong.
It might be. I hadn't been paying attention to the wordage like that, you know. Like, so you're probably right.
I think I'm not. Maybe I'm always wrong. Fuck it.
It does make sense that you're saying that that's the first time, because she did say that in her speech in the first time they met, which was insane too, by the way.
He was a little bit more docile too, you know, like the way he talked to her. He seemed a little bit more composed, probably because he wasn't wearing 100 pounds of fucking wolf skin and shit like he was in the first meeting. My God, had to be sweating his dick off. My Lord, he seemed much more relaxed this time.
Yeah. Also, before that cave scene, we did have a little bit of gossip between the ladies.
Oh, yes, the girl talk.
We had a little bit of gossip between the ladies. What I was hoping for was going to be like, you know, when she's like, oh, so what happened? Many things. Like what? How big is his little nub there? What's going on there? Is it like, is it burnt? Is there a slit? Is it another vagina? What happened? What is going on? But a couple of subtle words, and then they went into the cave.
They did. It was very, I liked it too. I thought it was good. I like the fact that she went back to the bend the knee thing, because I think they're starting to hint, especially with something that Davos said to Jon a little bit later about you're watching her more than just her words or whatever. Like he was making an insinuation that Jon wants to get up in that shit. Of course, we know that they're family, but still, I think they're starting to show that there is another way, or at least they're insinuating. It doesn't have to be bend the knee. I think it's going to be take the hand. I think they're getting married. Even if they find out that they're related. Targaryen's married in the past. That's not a big deal. I think that this is where we're going, because Jon's not going to bend. He's not. So the only other resolution is for them to wed.
They have to join their houses in order for them to have at least a power that everybody that's under them that pledged allegiance to them wholeheartedly, they will fight each other in a heartbeat too, the armies.
Oh, yeah.
They don't care about each other. But the only way that they will both, because they're both right, they were not going to fight for each other, right?
Right.
So the only way you have a point is to join their houses. And if they get married, then both armies have to do what they tell them to do. Exactly. So, I mean, they can accept Dany. In the north, they can accept Dany as the queen, because she's Jon's fucking wife.
Literally the queen. Yeah, exactly.
You can't do anything about that, you know, so fuck off.
Right. There's no getting around that. There's no hole. But like what Jon said, they're never going to follow a Southerner. They're not after everything that's happened. And the words not solo. And then what she tried to say was they will if their king does. And I just don't think it's that simple. I think that he's 100. I think Jon, they're going to get married. I think it's the best way to go. As the Eternal Vanguard just said, Jon won't bend. So I guess Dany will have to bend over instead if she wants to get her way. She's going to have to take some snow dick. It's just how it is. She's going to have to take that snow cack. Yeah, I don't know. The worst things could happen. They're going to make beautiful babies. Fuck. Beautiful babies.
I mean, well, shit. I mean, what is she? Maybe somebody in the chat probably know, or maybe you probably know for sure. She is technically his aunt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His aunt. Half aunt, whatever. No, his aunt, because it's her brother's son. So, yes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, technically, well, I guess.
Well, everybody would be half aunt. So, I mean,
everybody's a half. Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah,
he's what a fucking hybrid Jon turned out to be, huh?
Right.
Bastard my ass. Like the most powerful blood coursing through his fucking veins. Anyway,
he's the Song of Ice and Fire, baby, is what it is.
Yeah.
Okay. So after that, Dany's told about Casterly Rock and the big confrontation with Tyrion. Like, motherfucking dwarf, you don't know what you're talking about. Holy shit, what a scene that was.
That sucks, dude.
Doesn't it?
I was feeling bad for my boy so much, dude.
He's already a midget, you know? It's like, but he felt smaller in that scene. That was rough, man.
It did suck, because he's got a solid plan. It's just there's two sides to this war, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What do you want? It's gonna happen. We're gonna take casualties. We'll take a place. They'll take it back. Like, that's just how it goes. And I think she expected to take it, much like I think Dave and Dan said that on Inside the Episode. He said until now she's just pretty much walked all over everyone. As soon as like the dragons and she had her armies, there was nothing to stop her. Yeah. And now that she's grabbing some losses, even though it makes sense not to use the dragons, she's getting a little frustrated.
Yeah.
And she needs a win, I think, is what they said. And that's
to the point where she wants to go into the Red Keep. I mean, she's like, I'm taking these
to the point where she said,
go.
fuck it. Yeah, she had that mentality where she said, fuck it. If it wasn't for Jon, she would have been on her way. We would have been, one season short.
It was such a surprise. It was a huge shock to Jon, and I think to everybody else as well, when she asked him his opinion. I think that also, again, it shows that I think that they are considering. She thinks a lot of Jon, obviously. For in front of all of her most trusted confidants, she asked Jon Snow what to do, and I thought that was important. And it seems like she listens. So Jon once again speaking the real shit too. You can't go if you burn castles and burn people, you're just more of the same. I love that. Love that.
You also have to think too as well. Like I guess in addition, tell me if this makes sense, chat as well. Yeah. If you're looking at a woman that her Westerosi advisor, that she's fighting his family and he is failing her so far. On his advice, it's almost like double tapping. She can't ask Nisande, She can't ask Nisande because she's not from Westeros and she's like utterly loyal to her. Yeah. So the next best option is another guy that she's starting to trust. She knows what kind of man he is now, and he is from that country. So turning to him, that validates what Tyrion was saying, even though she kind of is losing a little bit of trust in, at least in his.
I think she was frustrated. She was frustrated.
Yeah, but she's losing a little bit of confidence. You gotta admit that.
Well, she has to. I mean,
losing confidence that she's lost half her fucking army.
Well, don't think for a second.
But she still holds the big.
Don't think for a second that the words of the old Queen of Thorns, wasn't just resonating in her head, because if she listened, be a dragon and all that stuff, maybe this doesn't happen. This speaks to the things that we talked about a couple weeks ago. Who should she have listened to and all that? Believe me, that shit's going through her mind right now, and the frustration came through her. I thought she was going to have a dragon eat Tyrion at one point. I was like, damn. She went off on his ass.
She was not happy. Your family. Like, I think that little Targaryen crazy's coming out of her a little bit.
Do you even want to hurt them? I'm like, oh.
Yeah. Because it looks like she flies out real quick, and just says, fuck it, I'm just going to talk whatever it is in my head. Fuck you, Tyrion. You know what I mean? That's like, she's like a little bit of a schizo in that respect. Like,
yeah, it was.
What do you mean? Your family? You stupid fucking cunt. That's why you're short. Fuck off.
That's why you're short, bitch.
I should do?
John, that's why tell this motherfucker. Tell this short motherfucker what we should do.
Yeah.
I loved it. Loved it. That was good. All right. After all that stuff, we get a really, really, really fun, I'd say the funnest scene of the entire episode, and really of the season so far, the Arya training session with Brienne, with Baelish and Sansa watching. Holy shit. How much fun was that?
I enjoyed it, especially when Arya walked up, because I like Podrick. Brienne, she's got her certain charm to her, even though but when Arya stepped up and said, don't pick a fight with somebody that big, I was like,
here we go.
Like, yes, buddy. I was like, she's gonna go in there and she's gonna and then you already saw what happened after that.
It was amazing.
Because Brienne, you already knew. I mean, what are your impressions on that, the whole scene?
It was so much fun to see all happen, because like step by step through it. It's like asking about the dagger, and then Arya's very flippant response to the dagger, all while Peter Baelish, the guy who gave her the dagger, of course, they get a little bit of beef from before, because Brienne is the person who beat the Hound, which impressed Arya, so Arya wants to train with Brienne and all that stuff. So the fight starts. The first thing Brienne does is say, that sword's too small, and Arya being Arya, I won't cut you, don't worry. I won't cut you with it. And then the fight. Arya just making a mockery of Brienne until that fucking Sparta kick caught her in the chest, and shit got real, but not too real. They still had a smile in their face as they both kind of fought to a stalemate with both of the tips of their swords pointing at the other's neck. Sansa now understanding what Arya meant when she said you need better guards, i.e. her. And all of it, it was awesome. I loved it, man. It was so much fun.
Best line of the show. Who taught you how to do that?
No one.
Yes. I was like, oh, she melted my heart right there.
Yes. Oh, that was a good line.
God, that was so good.
That was a good line. Oh, how about the fact that Arya is now carrying double White Walker killers, because both needle and the dagger is made of Valyrian steel. So it's
needles made of steel.
Valyrian steel? Needles made of Valyrian steel as well. I believe.
I didn't know that.
I believe it is.
I think when the only thing that I listen, what I remember is Gendry grabbing her sword and saying, this is Castle Forge steel.
Oh yeah,
Where
no,
did
you're
you-"
right. You're right. You're right.
Yeah,
you're
so
right.
it's not Valyrian steel. It's
I thought
Castle
for
Forge,
some reason I
high
thought it
quality,
was. Yeah.
high quality steel.
Yeah, I think you're right. I'm sorry. My bad. But still, now she has a White Walker killer on her person as well. So
All day, dude.
only two things we've seen kill a White Walker: Valerian steel and dragonglass. Now there's another weapon in play. I thought that was kind of cool too, the way they reintroduced the weapon as well, because it was an important thing. And going back to that scene we were talking about with Baelish, this dagger is kind of the reason why the war for the War of the Five Kings happened. You know, it was kind of cool. I like that.
Yeah,
like
that is true. Because I mean, she was. We are all talking shit about this Bran motherfucker, which I agree. Fuck him. I hate that kid. But it is true that the dagger, before he put it into perspective, we're all sitting here talking shit about Bran. If it wasn't for his ass climbing that stupid fucking wall, which is kind of true.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is, if we're gonna use that logic, then we might as well say, Jaime shouldn't have been fucking his sister. All this shit we could have went way back with it, right? The damn Targaryen should have stayed on old Valyria or whatever.
Maybe, I don't know. But the one real fucking thing that kind of was him climbing that wall after his mom in the very first fucking scenes, or the first scene of Winterfell, don't climb the fucking walls. Get your ass off the walls. He was like, yeah, I got you, ma. And then boom, climb the wall. Now your ass got thrown off. Now everyone's fighting each other because of your dumb ass, Bran. Bran's the worst.
The line does make sense because one, he always climbed. Yeah. Two, he fell and then forgot. If nobody tried to assassinate him, we would have been fine. It would have just been a kid that fell off of a tower.
No, that's 100% true. Yep.
Yeah. So he is correct when he says that dagger is the one that started this whole fucking mess. Really, because he just would have had amnesia and that's it.
Who sent the fuck? Do you remember who sent the goddamn? Whose dagger is that? Who actually sent the assassin? Because it's been so convoluted at this point. Who actually sent the assassin? Wasn't it Peter Baelish? Who sent the assassin?
Peter Baelish lost. This is the words that were spoken. I don't remember if there was ever any conversation about it. Maybe the chat can tell us, but I don't remember there being a conversation on who's the dagger belonged to, other than the originating, the originating actual maker, but Peter Baelish. Once they showed the dagger,
said it was Tyrion's.
He said, "I lost this." He says, "It's mine." Yeah. He said, that's my dagger. But he's like, I lost it to Tyrion in a bet. So Tyrion was the last known owner of the dagger, but nobody's ever talked to Tyrion.
Right.
You know what I mean? About the dagger. They just said, you did it. They never showed it to him. You know what I mean? They never told him the story.
No, they didn't.
So it'd be interesting that maybe if he sees the dagger, maybe if he lays eyes on it, he can be like, "Oh, I know who did that."
Maybe he can fill in some holes. Who he gave that dagger to, And because they've gone back, and this season has been a lot of callbacks, by the way, lots of callbacks and answering little questions, not big questions, but little questions. Like finally we're getting closure on who killed Joffrey and all that. We're getting all of those answers little by little, small stuff. I think that they will go out of their way to maybe give a little closure to that as well. It seems like they're going that way. Lots of callbacks, callback after callback.
Yeah, they are tidying up, because we only got about 2 episodes left.
This season, I think it's 6. I think it's 6 and then 7. I believe it's either 7 and 6 or 6 and 7. Not sure.
Okay. The Eternal Vanguard, a very trustworthy individual. He says it's Robert's dagger, but it's never explained as to who actually sent the assassin. That is true, because I know I've paid attention to try to see, because as we've been even talking about in this very review right now, every little line, whether it's Arya saying I did not run away, which is specifically telling Sansa I didn't run away from those guards, and telling her I don't run.
Right.
Like, she's not running anymore. Like that, she's never you won't catch her running away from anybody in any fight.
No, she proved that against
That's
Brienne.
why I think that statement was a statement of character, not a statement of situation.
I think you're right. You're right.
So I think that they plan out all these words and how they're saying it, because I even saw an interview with Sam's character or Sam's actor, and he made that statement. He's like, you have to pay attention when you're talking or when people are speaking, because even the throwaway story of them taking a shit or somebody farting or whatever,
there might be something
that's actually it means something. Yeah.
And it hit home because they prove it with her walking up to Brienne and fighting with her, so I mean they kind of hit it home. There's a small scene we kind of already talked about, Snow with Davos talking about Dany. I already feel that was a ground layer for potential of, because he didn't say he wasn't interested in Dany. You know, he never said that. He was like, yeah, he never said, nah, she ain't really my type, none of that shit. No, he was like, we don't have time. We don't have time. But if the reasoning for there to be time for that to happen is because it'll fucking make everything work, unite the armies, unite the families, make all the alliances work. Again, not a throwaway line. We don't have time. Well, now it's a necessity. I don't know. So just, that was a real quick one. I don't know if there's anything you want to add in on that.
No, I mean, the only thing to kind of get out all the way from that little Brienne and Sansa, Littlefinger, Arya kind of group, the display and the little fight that they had, right?
Right.
So what did you think about that look from Sansa? Because I found that really interesting. You know, like she's looking, and it wasn't like joy that her little sister became this badass. To me, the way I took the impression was like, oh, fuck, my sister's, she can even defend herself. Jon's a powerful warrior. I got nothing but my fucking mouth.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm some chick that everybody underestimates or whatever. I don't know. That's how I'm seeing it. Like she sees another threat within her own family that has blood ties to power.
Well, Sansa's always been one of insecurity. I mean, she's the one, always been about the insecurities. She's always had that, make babies, all that stuff. She's the insecure one of the bunch. So yeah, that makes sense. But she's also become so powerful. Her politics, she's shown it. She's got the military mindset. She showed that last week. The politics stuff she seems to have on lock. She seems to not even be intimidated by Baelish anymore. Everything seems to be a side note to her. So I do think when it comes to her family, the insecurities do still show up because everybody around her is still either on par or above her in one way or the other. And that has to be intimidating. So that's the way I saw that.
Yeah.
Let's, I know that you got to go soon because believe it or not, we've already done 53 minutes. This shit just
go for it. I'll postpone.
Let's talk about the big one. And then I'll probably just handle the calls on my own. So you can go take care of what you got to take care of. The battle. Let's really fucking dig into this thing. First guy hearing the battle, hearing what was coming was Bran.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Back to that other scene real quick. It's like, where's we got to talk to the queen. Well, the queen's not here. Well, we find out exactly where the queen is because Bran hears the battle coming. Were you surprised? Because this was the scene that was in the trailer that everybody was talking about. The dragon over the. So when I saw where it was coming, were you surprised that it wasn't just dragon attack or it wasn't just a horde attack, that we got dragon and horde with Dany riding? What did you fucking think of this, man?
I knew she was coming. I didn't think she was going to not bring the other two dragons. But I think this was, again, to the chat, is this a thing? I think her father did this as well at the first field of fire. Like not her father, her ancestor. Fucking when he came on the back of Balerion, he did the same thing to was it Highgarden? I think it was Highgarden.
I think it was Highgarden.
Not Highgarden, the army of whoever was before Highgarden, and then they took over. Yes. That Tyrells took over because of that battle, because they annihilated the family.
Yeah.
And the armies, right? With one dragon, and then they sent the army in after he burned them all. So this was like not a callback, but like history reliving itself, except now with Lannisters.
Right.
So she did that, and obviously the Dothraki was, how many? Did you remember how deep they are? Like how?
I think it's 100,000. I think it's 100,000 Dothraki. Isn't it 100,000 Dothraki?
That's insane, dude.
It's a crazy amount of number.
That is crazy.
How much fun was that fight, too? As crazy and chaotic as it was, seeing the Dothraki stand on the horses and all this, it was fucking insane.
Oh, God. My blood was pumping,
I was pounding. My blood was pounding. Because it was a juxtaposition of armies as well. The fighting style of the Landers. Everybody get in a line, get in a fucking line, all that stuff. And then the Dothraki just, what up, bitch? It's just, we're jumping off of horses and shit. It's like, bong, bong.
Dude, and they weren't fresh. Lannisters were they just came off of a battle.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And they were stretched thin. You know, they even laid it out in casual conversation. We're stretched pretty thin. We might want to take this backside. And, you know, it was just a shit situation for the Lannisters. But would you say, Dave and Dan, for this battle, they said inside the episode, I keep bringing it up because I want to see if that's the feeling that you get, but Do you feel like you had this sense of, I don't know who to root for?
Yeah.
Because that's how they kind of gave the impression of Jaime went from a most hated character probably to one of the most beloved now. You don't want to see him die. Even though his heart is not in the right place, as far as his emotions. But on the other side, you have Dany, which is the ultimate underdog. We can't wait to see her do some shit. And she's here about to do some shit, but Jaime's the one she's about to do some shit too.
Right.
So they said that they kind of wanted to create that environment too of like, oh, fuck, here's two beloved characters, but better yet, two main characters that are trying to kill each other. And they said that that's extremely rare. Doesn't happen very often, but that just shows you where we are, in the timeline of the seasons wrapping up. We got main characters on battlegrounds together,
Well,
was that what you had? Or
oh,
no?
absolutely. They even took it to another level because another beloved character was in serious fucking peril in Bronn. Bronn escaped 4 different times in this shit. Bronn, by the way, like if you heard me in the opener, the cold open, where I'm like, oh no, not Jaime. Oh no, not Jaime. Oh no, not Bronn. Oh no, not Dany. I was like, it was so hard because you love these characters. And then finding out Tyrion was there watching everything, his reaction to the things that were happening. By the way, Bronn versus a Blood Rider. Wanting to see that forever. Jaime versus a Blood Rider. Wanting to see that forever. Dickon finally making sure that Jaime's never going to forget his fucking name again, saving his ass.
When he laughed at it, he's like, Rickon. He's like, Dickon. And you saw Bronn, he's like, what? Poor kid, dude. He's like just trying to be a good guy, and he's just getting fucking hammered with jokes everywhere.
It was so good. And the battle rages on. They showed how important Dragonfire really could be on multiple occasions, not only burning motherfuckers in place, but also to the point where the wind blows the ashes away immediately. The visualization in this episode, holy fucking shit, Vega. I mean, they did not fuck around, man. It was gorgeous. It was absolutely gorgeous to watch. I mean, man.
And I'll tell you what, the fire, I could tell what was real, what was not.
Yeah.
With the fire, because I mean, with that much fire, that's the safety hazard in that. I haven't seen the behind the scenes, but I bet you money there's only but a few flames here and there in order for them to. As a guy that does visual effects and has done fire, has done simulations, have worked with models, lighting, shadows, all these kinds of different things that you need to get models to kind of look even remotely real, dude.
Right.
Like, I'm nowhere close to that at all. Don't even think that.
No.
I'm just saying I know the process. And let me tell you what, that's probably one of the other reasons that they needed to take a long time for this season to go. A year, right? We were over a year or something like that.
Well, it's always a year. Yeah, it's always about 10 months. Yeah.
Well, no, they went longer.
This was pushed back. Yeah, that's right. Usually it's April.
I'm not saying
back. No, you're right.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's just the visual effects, but that definitely had a factor other than the locations were kind of snowed out or something like that. But
we haven't seen a lot of visual effects in this season. I mean, the most was, I think, the boat battle. But other than that, there hasn't been a lot. Now we know why. They blew the entire visual effects budget in that 10 minutes. By the way, Shining Friday, thankfully somebody else fucking was just as fooled as I was. She also thought that the gold got fucking blown up as well, but Vegas saying that's not the case. They made a I'm going to go back and watch it again because I know Melanie wants to watch this episode like desperately.
A bunch of people actually confirmed it while we were talking about it. Like,
I saw that too,
4 people. Yeah, okay. So they were confirming as well that he did say that. And I was like, oh shit. I didn't hear it the first time.
Yeah.
I heard it on the second viewing, and then the third time is when I was like just writing stuff down. I wasn't paying attention. I just wanted to write down the scenes, but that was when I caught it. I was like, wait a minute, this motherfucker just say they delivered the gold already? I was like, wow, how good is that?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, but still, all right. So the battle. Okay, so it starts to wind down a little bit. Bronn gets onto the Scorpion. The first bolt misses just barely. And at that point, I'm free. I'm like, she knows now, at least. She knows that it's there. So I was really worried. I'm like, they can't kill the fucking dragon here, man. I was like, that can't happen. And then Bronn hits the, oh man. When he hit that dragon with that bolt, man, my heart sunk. And seeing Dany and the concern going down, and then it just kind of pissed it off. So even the best plan that they had they should not good enough. I love directly after Bronn gets fucked up by the fire and escapes by this dick skin of, Jaime watching Daenerys try to pull the spear out of the dragon, and you can see his mind working. Like, what does he do here? What does he do here? Do I end the war myself right now? Tyrion watching all this. You stupid fucker. You stupid fucker. Oh my God. I'm freaking out. The whole goddamn scene. Talk me down, Vega. Talk me down, Vega.
Well, again, Dave and Dan were discussing, how the whole thing was going down. But I'll just get away from Dave and Dan here. But I like that. Actually, you know what? There is one thing that they did mention that is pretty relevant right now, is that they mentioned that the reason why they brought the Scorpion out and all that bullshit, and they saw that he could injure a dragon, it was to pretty much put that notice out there that, dragons aren't invincible. And they wanted, Dany to know it. They wanted everybody to know that there's this other piece on the board, I think was the lingo that they used, or the word is that they used, that there's another piece on the board that can affect this war. You know what I mean? By taking away your nuclear weapons.
Right.
So that just because he was hit was important for Dave and Dan to show everybody involved. So all you need is one survivor of that battle to get away and deliver those words to anybody at King's Landing to be like, yeah, we hit it, we injured it, but it wasn't in the head.
Well, yeah, it wasn't in the head, and it certainly wasn't enough. By the way, I've been corrected. You guys are fucking assholes. You fucking idiot was the line. You fucking idiot. It's a great line.
He said it twice. He said it twice. He said, flee, you idiot. And then we started charging. He's like, you fucking idiot. Like,
he knew. Yeah. He knew that wasn't enough. Okay, so after Drogon turns on him and about to blow his fucking shit, I think you can't see for 100%, but I think we're all assuming that it was Bronn that saves Jaime and knocks him in. They both go into the water.
It was. I freeze framed it. It was him.
It's definitely Bronn. Okay. So,
yeah, and plus it's the horse. The last few seconds that we saw Bronn, he turned while he was on the ground after he jumped off.
So he was
and
looking
they burned
at it,
the scorpion. He was looking at a horse, and that horse is in the frame. Okay. So he did run up to him.
Definitely him. So with him saving him, and obviously the battle being won by the Targaryens here. Now, I'm still going to look again and confirm the whole thing with the gold. I believe you. I just want to make sure, because I think that's so pivotal. However, even if it's the case, they now have Jaime. I mean, like, how does this play out? Tyrion and Jaime, they're probably going to have a reconciliation of some kind next week. How does this play out? We also see Jaime at first, like, he seemed a little conflicted because he sees all this war going on around him, and yet Dany's trying to pull this bolt out of something that she obviously loves, not something that a lot of rulers, let alone just regular war people, would be doing at a time like that. I don't, with his sensibilities, his kind of honor code and everything, is this a flipping point when he, like, what happens here? Because this is going to be an interesting thing for me.
I don't think they're going to meet next
really?
episode. I think that the dragon covered her field of view, and nobody else of importance was really around. The angle that Tyrion got was on the opposite side of where they fell. The only thing that dragon and everybody else on that field knows is that dragon burned 2 men on 2 horses alive.
Yeah.
Those 2 are sinking. Bronn doesn't have any armor on, like a smart man that he is.
And Jaime's got that big gold hand.
Yeah, he's fully armored up. Yeah. Is fucking Jaime.
And that's why
we already know he's sinking.
Yeah.
So he's sinking down to the bottom of that fucking lake, but Bronn, being Bronn, he's probably going to save him, drag him to the other side of the lake where the dragons and the army and the aftermath is not, and they're going to survive somewhere else doing something else. Another adventure, try to get back to Cersei. I don't think that they're going to meet. I don't think there's going to be any conversation, none of that. I think she's going to be talking to whoever the survivors are, saying, join me. It could be Tarly, it could be anybody else. We could even see the dragon eat Tarly next season, because he's probably not going to betray anybody again.
True, but I'm wondering, because I feel like if you're right and the gold is safely with Cersei, they had to have lost something more than just men. And Jaime makes sense to be that kind of flipping point. Like, losing Jaime would be important. That would be significant. And so I'm thinking Jaime being captured, to me, I think story-wise is a really strong way to go. And so I'm hoping,
would be great because she can get back her 2 allies.
Yes.
With Jaime.
Yes.
It'd be a good trading point. But at the same time, I guess you're right, because if they don't meet, I mean, where does that leave Jaime other than, they probably have something else that makes a whole lot of sense that nobody is seeing coming.
Maybe.
That's the only reason that he would survive it.
And besides, don't you want to get more Tyrion and Jaime as well? And Tyrion and Bronn? Don't we want to see another Tyrion and Bronn scene as well? I mean, like, the possibilities of those 3 together, I mean, that makes my butthole wet. I'm sorry. That gets me excited.
Oh, you know what? And you're right. You know what? You probably are 100% right. We don't know. The dragon might reach down, grab him, and pick his ass up.
You never know.
You know what I mean? Because it's over. Everything's done. We got it. You tried, but you didn't. All right. But so you're probably right, because we don't have enough seasons for Jaime to go on aside anything.
Right.
So this is definitely it. You know what I mean? This is it. All the characters need to be interacting now. So you're correct. I think you're right. Sorry. I'm still in like season 4. I think.
Oh, I know. I get people on the side. Well, they lost grain. They lost food. Yeah, I get that they lost grain, but still, with the money that Cersei has now, if they have the gold, that shit don't matter. They can rebuy all that shit. That's not a big deal. They have that gold. It sucks. Don't get me wrong, but it's not that big of a deal.
But that's the only reason why the gold wouldn't be worth anything is what Tyrion said. He said, blockade the city.
Yeah.
That's when gold is nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's when it doesn't matter that the gold reached the city. And that could even be a talking point in the next episode.
It's going to be
where the gold gets there, she might fly over there and just hang out. And then, Cersei might be like, we'll defeat them all. And then the Iron Bank guy might be like,
I'm going to go with the dragon
we have
lady.
a shit ton of gold, but we can't buy anything with it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Or if they blockade now. But that would take Danny to listen to Tyrion again. Because that's Tyrion's plan. So I don't know if that's going to happen. It's going to be there's a lot of moving pieces. I thought this season was going to be a hell of a lot easier to kind of place, and it's not. I mean, they are just steps ahead, and it's beautiful to watch, man. It really is.
Look at the dynamic you have right now. She has she might even have a good chunk of the army, because they did mention the army was stretched thin. So they might have a lot of prisoners. That's a formidable army.
Yeah.
That they can add on to the Dothraki, but the dynamic of the episode could be in that speech of join me or die. I don't know if you saw that part.
Yeah.
But Danny does make an announcement saying join me or die. And the dynamic there, or the conflict there, could be like, I just saw this woman burn all my people alive. How the fuck am I supposed to, fight for her? And the other, it's the same exact talking point, is the same reason why you would join her.
Right. Dragon.
So it's crazy.
Now, it's, of course, the last thing I do on kind of talking about that, I'll let you go after this because I know you got to go. The dragon is injured. Regardless, the dragon's got to be fucked up. Got to be really fucked up. I'm wondering how much they're going to go into that in the next episode. There's a lot of rumors that, and spoilers have leaked or whatever, that a dragon is going to fall this season. Is this how it happens? What do you think?
I don't think it'll be Drogon.
I think
it'll be one of the other.
Yeah, I would think so too. And
I think he's a major player. I think I think there's possibility every single person could die. I think there's a possibility that everybody but the White Walkers survive. Like, we're trying, but it is George R.R. Martin. He could literally, make this whole thing come to fruition to the point where the White Walkers are slowly marching back up north because they've killed everyone.
They've killed everyone.
That could be the ending of Game of Thrones, and it would make sense.
It would make sense. And then Bronn just walking into the Red Keep and saying, "This castle will do."
Yeah, and exactly, and think about the ending message of that. Like, get your shit together. You know what I mean? Because if you can't, something like that could happen. Like, if we don't combine forces and stop our pettiness amongst each other and fight, a common enemy, they will prevail in the end. So you can spin that however you want.
So many different ways. We did forget something. Sci-fi guy put in the chat. We did forget this, and it is important. Jon and fucking Theon meeting.
Yeah.
That was.
Did you say what I said? I was like, they haven't seen each other since fucking Jon left for the Wall, but the last thing he heard about Theon was that he betrayed his brother.
Right, and that's why I said the only reason why you're alive right now is because of what you did for Sansa. That's the only reason I'm not killing you. No, which is even better line. The only reason I'm not killing you right now. I'm like, oh. Theon was just like, Hey, Jon. Like, what? You dickless
When he
fuck.
said, "Hey, Jon," I think I said, because I watch with a group of people, and we all try to shut the fuck up. When he said, "Hey, Jon," I think I said out loud, "Hey, Jon."
Hey, Jon.
What the fuck? What did you say?
Like, really? That's what you got? That's your go-to? Good.
I think
God.
he was contemplating that his entire life up until the moment where he saw him and he's like, "Hey, Jon." Like, what the?
Hey, Jon. Oh, my God. That was good.
Even the writers must have been like, you know what? A real person probably would have said that.
Right. What else is he going to say? Sorry?
Sorry,
No.
I fucked your whole family.
Hey, Jon. It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I'll stay for the calls. It doesn't look like there's that many people, so I'll stay for the calls.
Cool. All right. So go ahead and meet me over in Discord, and we'll take some calls.
All right, for sure.
Sweet. See you in a second. Good
Later,
stuff.
man.
Let's go over to that Discord, baby. You want some of this Discord loving? We got some of that Discord loving. We're going to take your calls now. Jump on in to the Discord, and I believe Vega's already here with me because he has full proxy power, and he's able to jump on in. So we're going to start
Unlike Tommy's, which I left his Discord.
I don't blame you.
Back up.
I'm glad you left. You fucking tried to ruin our show tonight. Jesus. What's the matter with that guy? All right, let's start pulling callers. Jump on into waiting to call. Mods, throw the link into the comment section if you don't mind. Let's start with Will Woot. What'd you think of Game of Thrones this week? You're live with Dead on Dave and Lord Vega.
Hey guys, what's up?
What's up, man?
Sweet. Yeah, I thought this episode, like obviously, this is the last third. That battle was like the first time in, I think, seasons where I've sat up and been like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
Like that fucking battle was. Well, I don't even know we even call it a battle. It was a bit one-sided, wasn't it?
Oh my God, that
Fairly
was
one-sided.
horrifically one-sided. But you know, they have those small moments to remind you too, as a viewer, that bitch, anything can happen. That's how I take it. You know.
It was so fucking well done because like the part when the dragon comes over the hill and then you get the close up of some of the Lannister shot like soldiers absolutely shitting themselves, like shaking, but still holding form.
Oh yeah, but they're still soldiers at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, and not only that, like, what are you gonna do? You know, like, are you gonna run? Like, you think that dragon gives a fuck if you're running away or you're standing and fighting? It doesn't care. It can fly.
It can fly and it can burn. Yes.
Yeah, which it fucking did.
Yes, it did. Yes, it did.
I would even say that to people running away. You know, I'd be like, where do you think you're going? Like, there's nowhere to go, bitch. Get back over here.
We're fucked regardless.
I really loved the battling though between like some of the stuff that they did show. The Bran and the Blood Rider was the best. When Bron's doing what he always does, he tries to flick a dagger. That shit don't work. He's about to charge. He's got the sword overhead. That dragon said, "I'm gonna fuck your horse up," and I loved it. And then Bran, of course, getting the final word by shooting a fucking dragon bolt through the guy's chest. Holy shit, that's great.
I would almost say that's a nice little. I don't know. Maybe I'm digging too deep in the meanings of what, you know, they direct and how they actually plan out this stuff. But I would even say that's a good little, because Bronn is usually the guy that's one-upping everybody. Like, you can't really beat that guy. He's too fast. He's too smart. He's too clever. His experience is since he was 5. You know what I mean? Yep. But since these worlds are colliding, his expectation of what a soldier is going to do, or his expectation of whatever warrior he ever fought or whatever, is now changed. This is a completely different enemy, you know?
Yeah, he hasn't.
Well, your horse is now a target, you know? Like, he doesn't, you know, it was a surprise to him even.
No, completely. I was like, on that whole thing of you had Daenerys getting charged, Jaime getting almost blasted, and Bronn fighting the Blood Rider. I was certain that one of the three was going to die. I was like, this is...
I got the impression, I was just like, I don't, you know, I wasn't all the way there, like somebody's about to die. Yeah. But I had the impression that they're definitely trying to give us that impression.
Yeah, definitely. I wanted to ask Vega. What's
up?
Why do you hate Bran? What's that all about?
Everybody hates Bran. He's the worst.
I fucking hate that kid. I don't. Why? I mean, the actor, I guess he's a cool kid, but I'm saying the actual character, I fucking hate him.
He's the fuck up of fuck ups. He's done everything. He fucked up Hodor. I'm pretty sure we're going to find out he fucked up the Mad King. He fucked up everything. This is all his fault. Everything's his fault. He's the worst. Fucking let's hang him up. String him up. String him up.
I think even the actor, I think he was on Conan O'Brien or something like that. He was like, I don't like this character. I hate him. Like he plays the character. He's like, I don't like Bran. He's like,
I don't know. He's got it easy to play Bran. All you got to do is sit in a chair and act like Stephen Hawking.
Yeah, like a
you ain't got to do
complete
shit.
No robo voice.
Easiest job in the world.
No robo voice.
That's true. He's
back
clocking in a pretty nice paycheck there.
Vega, to your point, what you said earlier about Braun always being a step ahead, he showed it again. He lured him into a goddamn wagon and then blew his fucking ass away with that goddamn dragon ball.
For sure.
So
For sure.
I like that. It was good.
But he's that guy that he has experience to stay on his feet, always thinking, how can I get this guy? Because obviously I can't beat him one-on-one.
No.
You know what I mean? I can't kill this guy.
He realized that real quick. No, that's true.
Yeah.
Willwood,
So he had to use his head.
Yeah, absolutely he did. Willwood, anything else?
I don't know. The only thing I wanted to say was just that mainly was that I'm excited. I'm almost excited to see how they'll deal with Bran, because the way that the actors said, I think he said it on Twitter or something, that the Bran's acting so weirdly because he's kind of downloaded almost from like Matrix style, the whole history of everything. So he's like seeing it all with different timelines,
Well, I think they've explained that pretty well in the show so far too.
Some kind of.
He might even know how you die. And this is the guy that knows like everything you've done.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So this is like somebody that probably you jacked off yesterday in the tub, remember that shit?
And what he said earlier too, he said a couple episodes back, I have to learn how to see better. And he's still learning his abilities. He's still coming into his own. And every episode he seems to be more relaxed within those abilities. I mean, he's pulling stuff out that's even shaking Peter Baelish. So I mean, yeah, he's downloaded everything essentially. Now he's learning how to tap into it, and that's a lot of power. It's a lot of power.
Yeah.
And he's still a warg.
It's cool.
He can still warg into shit. He's still a fucking warg. So
yeah, you think he's gonna like walk a dragon?
Ooh,
that's what I said when
because he's going to fly.
Yeah, because as soon as he said that, I was like, this guy's gonna hop into a fucking dragon. Yep. He's doing it. He's doing it
like
because he does have the ability. It's an animal.
Because
he can do it to humans.
Well, the line was what? The line that he was said to earlier: "You'll never walk again, but you'll fly in the skies," or something like that. You said that.
No, he said you'll never walk again, but you will fly. That's
I took that to be like a kind of metaphorical thing, like you'll be able to fly through time or whatever the fuck.
Oh, for sure.
Or just warg into a bird. Just warg into a bird.
You saw the next episode. The next episode preview had the crows going over the army of the dead, and they were saying, "Hey, Bran says that we're marching towards Eastwatch." Which remember, they're going to freeze the sea and go over to Essos and pick up another couple 100,000 people. Remember.
Mad.
That's my theory.
I'm starting to believe that's less because somebody kind of blew a hole in your theory.
Oh, wait a minute.
Somebody kind of blew a hole in it, blew a big hole in it, because he said, if the Night King can freeze the water, why didn't
he kill Jon?
Why didn't he do it in that situation where the water was separating him and Jon? Why not just do it then?
Because he wasn't ready.
Oh, come on.
He wasn't ready. He wasn't ready.
Oh, that's weak. That's
I don't know.
That's weak sauce, man.
That's weak sauce.
That's weak sauce, man. I'll just say.
I'd have to look at the episode again. Hey, listen, Dave, where's the gold at right now?
I still think the gold's fucking burnt up. I still think the gold's burnt up. I don't know. I'm not sure. What
it's
the
all
gold's
good.
at. Why you want to fuck with me like that, man? Why you want to hurt my feelings, man? That's messed up.
Well, you hurt my feelings with my theory. I was very attached to that
I
theory.
didn't break it. Somebody else said it. I was just a messenger.
Come on, man. I'm just talking shit.
I know. Well, anything else?
No, buddy, that's it.
Good.
All right, bro. Good call. Thank you.
No.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, man.
Gotta say goodbye fast around here. Let's bring in Santa Claus. What's going on, Xanta? You're live Dead on Dave and Lord Vega.
What's up?
What's up, buddy?
Tell us.
I have a few theories. Quite a few.
Well, you get one. You get one. Start with one and go there. You get one. Come on, man. You'll be here for an hour.
What's the interlink?
What's the biggest one you have, and what's the most the biggest but the most feasible one? Like we could see it happening.
The ending with Jaime, because Daenerys doesn't trust Tyrion all that much. If they were to, let's say, capture Jaime, it could go to a point where Daenerys is like, prove your loyalty against your family. that sort of thing. That was the sort of route.
So you think she's going to say kill Jaime to Tyrion? Oh God, that's really dark, even for this situation. I don't know.
I think it could happen though.
It could happen.
Yeah, and the other one was instead Jaime gets away, goes back to King's Landing, and finds out that this was all Cersei's plan all along.
What was?
What do you mean? What do you mean?
To allow the caravan to go ahead, etc., etc.
I don't think she could have predicted that.
No, there's no way. Nobody saw that coming.
Sure?
Because remember, the fucking Daenerys didn't even know she was going to go do that.
Right, Daenerys wanted to go to the Red Keep.
Yeah. Oh, you know what, Mr. Santa Claus, you just brought up something that could be fucking legit.
Yep.
Here is a good reason why Jaime survives and he takes off, goes to the Red Keep. Now, follow me here. He tells Cersei, listen, I just saw X, what we just discussed the entire episode, right? I just saw this. We need to figure out how to get the fuck out of here, or we need to just come to some kind of compromise, or we need to do something. You know what I mean? Let's just keep our house and get the fuck out of here. Something to Cersei, to the point where Cersei would probably bring up that, because the whole city is still, has a shit ton of dragonfire or
wildfire.
So this could be another scene where, because Tyrion's on the other side, but Cersei's just going to say no, and we could have a repeat of the Mad King scene in there as Dany's coming with her dragons.
Yeah, no, I think that's a good possibility. Because, look, I still think Jaime's going to kill Cersei, and it could be because I believed it for a long time. A lot of people think it's going to be Tyrion who does it, but we're not even sure that they're related. There's been enough evidence to at least make you think that maybe that they're not siblings anyway, and it's going to be a sibling who kills Cersei, and I still think it's going to be Jaime. So that's going to be interesting there. But the other thing about it, the other thing about it that you brought up, the first thing that you said about Jaime and Tyrion, I was thinking about this. And somebody said that Tyrion said next time he sees Jaime, he'll kill him, and all that might be well and good. But remember, Tyrion was about to fucking die, and Jaime let him go. Tyrion could simply just return the favor. Just let him go the same way that Jaime did for him, and that might even cause more friction between him and Dany. I don't know, man. It
could.
I like the idea of them having to conversate, and maybe Jaime not turning, but at least understanding more of the situation, seeing more. He saw a fucking dragon. He saw a ruler, a queen, not a foot soldier, a queen, stop in the middle of battle and try to save something she loves. She didn't have to do that. And that could...
but I don't think... I got to disagree with you on that one, man. Right. I don't think in that moment, he did not give two flying fucks. He saw an opportunity.
Yeah, that's true.
He saw an opportunity to kill
I think he's going to think about that later, though. I think that's something that's going to come up, and maybe in conversation, or at least in thought. Because Jaime's a thoughtful person. He thinks about stuff like that. So I don't... Shut up and take my money. We got a donation, by the way. Remember, this is the guy who killed the Mad King, for Christ's sake. Will, we donated $5. Love the show. Hashtag Bran did nothing wrong. Fuck you, Vega. Love it.
Bran did everything wrong.
Bran is the worst. He's the absolute worst.
Yeah.
Anything else, Mr. Zanta?
No more theories. I just loved the show. It gave me goosebumps right at the end.
Me too, man.
The music, everything was amazing. It was awesome. I agree. All right, man. Thanks a lot. You have a good night.
Right, you too.
Let's bring in, man, my voice is going. Let's bring in Super Tobe. Super Tobe, you're live down on David Vega. What do you got?
Hey, Dave.
What's up, buddy?
Can you hear me?
We can. That's why I said, what's up, buddy?
All
and
right.
what?
Sorry about that.
You're good.
All right. That episode was just magic. Was just pure fan magic. I fucking this season's just been fan service at this point.
Yeah,
it really has.
You're not lying.
No.
Yeah, I'm not hating it. I think my favorite part of the episode is the Jay and Silent Bob cameos.
What?
The guards, they were like Jay and Silent with the Jay and Silent Bob.
But they weren't. I thought you were saying that, like,
I was gonna say.
I was like, I did not miss
but-
Kevin Smith. I'm sorry, buddy. Like, you do not
If I
sneak
would've
Kevin
seen-
Smith
If I
past
would have
me.
seen Kevin Smith cooking something in the kitchen in the background, half blurred out because of the lens and the depth of field, I still would have said that's
Kevin Smith. Yeah, I don't miss Kevin Smith. He's one of my favorite. He's one of my favorite everything. He's my favorite storyteller. I don't miss Kevin Smith, and you cannot miss Jason Mewes. But no, I could see that. A fat guy, skinny guy, kind of the banter was fun. Yeah, I could see that. Maybe it was a little bit of a shout. Maybe.
And the cursing and the fact that he's very intimidating towards Jay when he talks and shit like
But
that.
the fat guy talked though, which kind of I don't know.
Yeah. Well, still, like
Racist.
Silent Bob talked a few times.
Yeah, he did, but not as much. Shit, that fat guy in this episode talked more than Silent Bob has basically talked ever, except for Chasing Amy, where he gives a pretty goddamn lengthy speech. But still,
Yeah, love that shit. Also, the fight between Brienne and Arya, that was I think I'd say the best choreographed fight this season.
this season, yeah.
Choreograph? Yeah, you're probably Well, that's like one of the only actual like fight fights. we've
Yeah,
had,
it was really pretty. Like it was a dance, and it was a cool dance because they were so different.
Yeah.
Small sword, big
And they-
sword. Small
and
small chick,
shot-
big small chick, big chick. It was shot wonderfully too. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was outstanding. And the chemistry between Jon and Danny. That was just. Yeah, I think I kind of agree with Dave that they're probably gonna get married or
Somebody
something. or some
rocking,
shit.
knocking the boots. Oh yeah, it's
I can't
happening.
wait.
And
Yeah.
Davos
I
knew
can't
it
wait.
too. Davos was like, "I saw you looking at that ass. I saw it."
Boy, if I was John
Yeah, he
and
was
somebody
like-
was like, "That's your auntie," I'm like, "Oh fuck, that's my aunt." But the only way to get married is for us to consummate our marriage tonight. Probably have to. Yeah, hell yeah, I'll do that.
I'll take one for the team here, guys. I'll take one for the team.
I'll tell you what, we already did, guys, and we fucked on the backs of each one of these dragons. I can't lie to you right now.
The thing is, Davos was like, John was like, she has a big heart, and Davos was like, you're staring at it.
Yeah, that was great.
Because
That
it was your heart that it was her heart that you were staring at. Yeah, Davos doesn't miss shit. Davos is smart of people. He knows people, and he's shown it. He doesn't know courtesies. He doesn't know customs, but he knows fucking people. He knows how to read motherfuckers. And he was like, he knows.
He's just a shy Tommy C.
Yeah, John wants a piece of that, and Davos knew.
Yeah.
I think it's happening.
Yeah, some of the best dialogue writing this season. It's like it's like every line is just a masterpiece.
Yeah, I agree. This is. I mean, I harped on this shit 2 weeks ago, dude. This is by far probably the most perfect dialogue as far as exchanges go.
Oh, yeah.
There's nothing to be wasted in anything. It's crazy.
The only criticism I do have of this season is I think they're flying through it.
Have to.
They have to. Yeah, they have to.
They have
do
to.
it.
There's so much.
I mean, add another episode.
I don't think
Yeah,
it's that
that's us
easy.
talking.
I don't think it's that easy. The Game of Thrones, from what I've understood from the things that I've read, Game of Thrones is one of the most difficult shows to produce in the history of television, logistically wise. It's so massive and it's so hard to produce because you have to remember this season got delayed because weather decided to not be cold enough. You know, so I mean, think about that. This is a hard show to produce.
And also, you have to think as well that they are using authentic ruins. You know, like these are real places that they're using, and some of these real places are like, you know, national treasures of wherever they belong. You know what I mean? Like that shit is mad expensive, and you're taking up time.
Landlogger donated $1 and says Bran has the greatest porn collection of all time. True statement.
Yeah, that's actually true.
Best spank bank there is in Bran's brain. Yes.
Actually, it's when Brexit happened, it hit Game of Thrones pretty hard as well.
Yeah.
Because
know
most
about
of the shots in Ireland, I think there's an entire article written about this. And
Well, I remember that article
basically-
being about the potential of it hurting it, but I mean, since there really hasn't been any repercussions of Brexit quite yet, other than, you know, posturing, so it hasn't affected him yet. But they were talking about how it's going to affect him for the next season, and part of the reason why there's going to be like an entire year delay is some of the potential of Brexit. I have heard that, but I don't know if it has already.
Yeah.
I think, you know what I think? I think ISIS themselves could get a phone call from Dave and Dan and then be like, hey, we noticed a couple of caves. We could, we just need them for about a month. And they would say, yes. What do you need?
Everybody wants to help Game of Thrones, even ISIS. This is true.
Yeah, there isn't a single person in power or a warrior or nothing that does not want to see that show progress. You know what I'm saying? It's the #1 show on the planet.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you can make the argument. And how much has it affected it? Zero.
At all.
It's affected
most pirated
it
thing on the planet, and it's still the most popular paid for thing on the planet.
They print money.
Yeah.
They fucking print money. And they're going to continue. So.
And everybody for that bullshit argument of quality over quantity can fuck off with that as the prime example.
Is that what you're driving here? You're like, you know what? I'm gonna equate this to me and Clown. Fuck all you motherfuckers.
No, Clown admits it too, and I know that there's certain truth to it. Not to get into YouTube, but I'm saying that is the good point. The good point is the point is that if you put in all your effort, you have the right people, you have you're putting in look at that dragon. Are you kidding me? That shit,
yeah.
How long that took to render? Like the simulations alone of the fucking wings. But
with media, it always goes back to the type of content though, because you got things that are weekly, that are year round, like any talk show and things like that have produced segments that sometimes can be quite high quality, but they do it in a shorter time period, but it's a different form of content, which is something I do think you and Clown forget about sometimes, but
I'm just saying.
That's just me. All right, Tobes, anything else?
No, thanks, dude.
Thanks a lot, buddy. Have a good night.
Good night.
Oh, well, no, you cannot. You said goodbye, motherfucker.
I think you have to wait like
he
3
said
seconds.
Goodbye, dude. What am I supposed to do? You say goodbye to me. Like, I'm used to my mom. Like, goodbye. All right, Ma.
I'm not talking shit. I'm just saying.
Right,
I thought it was funny.
Ma. Okay, I love you, Ma. Okay, Ma. Yeah, all right. I love you. Bye, Ma. It's like 17 minutes of hanging up. It's fucking awful. It really is. Let's go to. You got a couple more minutes?
Yeah.
Good shit. Let's go to Jade Rabbit. Jade Rabbit. What's going on, Jade? You're live with Dead on Dave and Lord Vega. What's up?
What's up, guys?
What an episode.
What's up, girl?
Oh, my goodness. I don't even know where to start. Well, like most of the callers have already gone through everything, but that battle, just every single scene just kept you engaged the entire time, just sweating, just sweating the whole time. Like, oh my God, what's gonna happen next? There's burnt bodies. They're all gonna die. Oh God, who's next? Oh, wonderful battle. But I honestly don't know how they're gonna top for next episode, but they probably will. They most likely will. Knowing Game of Thrones, they will. But
there's only 2 episodes left, so like I want as much as I think episode 5 is probably going to be a cool down episode. And then setting up for episode 6, but I don't know what else they're going to be. I have no idea. How do they top this, Vega?
Well, first of all, we still haven't seen the greatest battle of all time in that universe. We're still waiting on that, and you never know. The entirety of the next season could be nothing but that war.
That's true.
I mean, if you think about it, with all the pieces set right now, we could wrap this up in these next 2 episodes.
Yeah.
As far as like our internal conflict.
I think they have to. I think partly they kind of have to, because season 7 has to be about the greater picture. So I think they're going to have to fucking resolve the throne in the next 2 episodes, whether that be a marriage between Dany and Jon. Now, CJ88 says there's 3 episodes left. I think it's 6. Oh, they're saying 6 next year, so it's 7 episodes this year. Okay, so it's 7 and 6.
Okay. Oh, they got plenty of time.
Okay, so I thought it was opposite.
I'm very happy about that.
Me too.
I'm very happy about that.
I thought it was.
Give that guy.
I'll take
money.
Yeah. I'll take 3 over.
Fucking A, right. But still, and I think now that gives them an extra episode to be able to resolve the internal conflict before they go big picture next season.
Yeah.
And that makes sense that now with 6 episodes, that's plenty of because the question was what at the beginning of these seasons. I didn't feel like we were at the position we needed to be put in. You know what I mean? To wrap up this entire history. Yeah. In my opinion, anyway. I know that Dany was traveling. Cersei was on the throne. The pieces were set. I just didn't feel like we had enough time. But the way that they've directed each episode, there's time. Now they
Yeah.
can do an immense amount of work because now time and space doesn't even matter
No, it
anymore.
doesn't.
Because Jon Snow is like, hey, Queen's not here. She's already on the other side of the continent.
Yes.
Like, how the fuck did that happen? He was
There's
just
just
talking
time.
to this.
They're wasting no fucking time.
No.
They're just on it.
No,
Like,
that-
you know, we have Jon Snow. He's like, oh, like I'm in the north. I'm gonna go sail to dry drink stone. Great.
It's like
Okay, I'm here.
you remember Viserys was in the beginning of one episode was talking to someone, and at the end of it he was next to people on the other side of the world. Like he was like, what the fuck?
what's happening here?
That
Is it
was the
portals?
one where I think he was on Westeros, and it was like the last episode. He was on Westeros.
He just shows up
the
in Dorne.
beginning,
He's like, "What up?"
and
Yeah.
yeah. It's crazy. No, you know what? He was in Dorne, and then he showed up next to Dany on the ship at the
Yeah,
at the
something
end
like
scene.
that. Yeah.
Ah,
no,
there
that's
we
right.
go.
That's right.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I like I don't know. I really tripped myself up last time with like, oh, like where's Arya then? She should have arrived before, you know.
Yeah, you
Bran
really
did.
harped on that last
Whatever.
week. You were, yeah, it
I
bugged
really
you.
well because I was just like, where the fuck are like? Because I don't know, like I don't really know Game of Thrones like location geography that much, but I was like, all right, I think Arya has to be closer than Bran is right now. Like it's like I don't know.
Well, it turns out it didn't really matter that much, you know. So
Yeah, it didn't matter.
wasn't that
It's
big a
whatever.
deal. I think that's a nitpicky
know,
thing, but still, I understand it. I
Bran-
get it.
Bran's just such a like a sad emo child in a wheelchair. It's just, oh my
But
goodness gracious.
honestly, I don't blame him though. I hate him, and
I don't
want him.
blame him either.
I want a cockroach to crawl into his dick hole, but I mean, like, I hate him and stuff, but I don't blame him. You know, it's like I get it. I get it. They've been pretty heavy with it. I get it.
Oh,
Dude's fucked up.
Bran is liberal propaganda.
That's right. That's right. Oh my god, I
Holy
love
shit.
it.
Well, because like you know, the entire not even just his life, but every lifetime has like flashed before his eyes all at once. So he's extremely fucked up. I'm glad he didn't say anything too fucked up to Arya though, because maybe she would have stabbed him. She would have fucking shanked the bitch. I don't know.
She has a soft spot for family, so I don't know if there's anything that
Mm.
she could say. So I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Well, Nita wouldn't make that much. Whatever.
Just a little
Anyway.
stabby stab. Let me give you a.
But I was with you though, Dave. I also was under the impression that Needle was made with Valyrian
I
steel.
thought it was. But no,
like,
Vega's right.
oh.
Vega, I think
Thank
you're
God
right.
you guys have the king here.
Right?
Oh, thank
I
goodness.
bet you clown thought it was made out of Valyrian steel.
We'll have to bend the knee. We'll have to bend
Right.
the knee later, Vega.
Please do
Don't
so.
worry.
Bend the knee. Wait a minute, Jade. How old are you?
No!
I'm
Fuck
23.
off! Fuck off! Confirmed!
You
It's
guys
Valyrian
need-
steel! Fuck off! It's Valyrian steel. I just looked
It's
it up.
not.
It's Valyrian steel.
Wait, is
You're,
it?
you're lying.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Hold on. Let me read it. Let me make sure. Let me read it. Let me read it.
Okay.
Because like
Here we go.
the first headline I just saw was Valyrian steel, and I freaked the fuck out. I should have read first. Hold on,
Oh
let me
my
see.
god.
Let me see.
Oh
The thin
my-
sword is suitable to Arya's
read what he wanted to
build and
read.
fencing with the promise. Okay. What is it made of? What is it made of? I need to know. Give me some answers
I
here.
need to know.
I fucking A right. Come on. The type of metal. Type of metal. I want you to be wrong so bad. I want you to be wrong. Okay.
Nope.
Okay. Is it? Nope. Just high quality cast forged steel. You're right. 100% right.
What up?
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you know who you're talking to,
Right.
Dave?
I know.
I'm not clown. I don't get things wrong.
Oh my god.
Oh, okay. That's why I got confused. The site where you can buy it is called Valyrian Steel. That's why I got excited. You can buy a replica, and the site is called. Oh, by the way, you know, I found this out. My wife told me this last night. Did you know that the guy who plays Hot Pies has a very successful bakery called You Know Nothing John Doe?
Are you serious?
That's perfect.
I'm dead
I
serious.
fucking love that kid.
I love it.
I'm dead serious,
Oh.
man.
Love it. Oh, that's
my God.
I
perfect. But you
thought there was a
know-
lot of puns to be made, and I was like just call it Hot Pies, whatever. But no,
No.
you know nothing.
He
It
took
sounds
it
like
there.
it sounds like a Bob's Burgers pun, but it's wonderful. I love it.
God, it's
Oh.
so amazing.
You know, but you know what other than like, you know, Arya, but then also I want to see Sansa's reaction. Like, you know, like she's probably going to be looking further, be like, what the fuck did I do
Right.
with like my life? You know, Bran's become, you know,
The Three-Eyed
it's-
Raven.
I don't know.
Yeah.
yeah. But then also Arya's just, oh goodness, she's just a total badass. So I'm looking forward to seeing Sansa's reaction further, like her little internal dialogue, and see if like Littlefinger's gonna try to, I don't know, mess with her mind or some shit.
Yeah, no.
And then who else? Let's see.
Last thing, Jade, because we've gone almost 2 hours.
No, there was no Sam. There was no Sam, and I am upset.
Oh yeah, no Sam.
I am not upset. I don't give
There
a
was
shit.
no Sam.
Need a Sam break. Need a
He's
Sam
the
break.
best!
No, need a Sam break.
Not me.
Need a Sam break.
Oh, I was so sad. There was no Sam.
Need a Sam break. It's
My
all right.
favorite. No.
All right, JD. Well, think
I'm
about.
going to call it right now. Braun. I'm going to call it right now. Braun is going to sit on the Iron Throne last episode. What we discussed, that's what's going to happen. It just
that'd be
sounds
so
like it's
funny.
going to work. It's going to work.
This
Sounds
castle
like
will do.
him.
Yeah, no, I love it. All right, Jade. Thanks a lot. You have yourself a good night.
Thanks. You too, guys. Bye.
Peace,
Bye,
peace.
girl.
All right, final caller of the night. Let's go to Dubious. What's up, Dubious? You're live, on Dave and Vega. What do you got?
Hey, not much. I'm just gonna keep it short and simple.
Sweet.
So I just wanted to. Hello.
Yeah.
We're here.
The big thing I just wanted to mention was there's some evidence to kind of help Vegas theory with the White Walker thing.
Oh my God, you're going to help? Do it.
If you watch season 1, the opening credits. They'll show like the wall and whatever. See Eastwatch. It's just normal water, whatever. Watch it again, like this last episode. All that shit's frozen.
Well, it's winter, motherfucker. Yeah, of course it's frozen.
You know what? The only thing that says is that it's
saying,
freezing
like,
on its
walk
own,
around.
and he can walk over there.
Maybe.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like
Maybe.
the water around the wall it looks like it's all frozen.
It's a lot of water to freeze. We're talking about freezing a
not
fucking
talking-
ocean. We're talking about
No, no,
freezing
no,
an
no.
ocean.
He doesn't need to freeze the whole ocean.
You said you
No,
wanted
listen to
you
the
said the
caller,
whole
Dave.
ocean.
Listen to the caller.
I'm talking about your theory. Your theory was to freeze the ocean.
The caller is always right, Dave. Come on.
I don't agree with the going to Essos thing, but
Yeah.
as far as just them.
Okay,
fucking
hang up on
cars.
this person.
All right, bye, Vegas.
You're done,
No, this
son.
is Dubious. I love this guy. Dubious is my boy.
No, but just something to think about because there's little subtle hints in the intro.
You might be right.
But-
Look, Vega could be right. It's a very.
I think they're gonna walk around. That's
You know
my
what's
opinion.
stupid? I'm still not seeing the fucking lion in the opening sequence. Did somebody just fucking forget that or something?
Ooh.
Should I fix that? I'm gonna fix that right now.
Yeah,
I'm
fix
gonna
that.
go in and I'm gonna fix it.
Oh, Sci-Fi Guy said, "Hey guys, just so you know, the next episode is called Eastwatch."
Oh shit!
Yeah.
It's gonna go down.
Oh, by the way, this season we're not getting a break. Every season there's always a small little break, the mid-season break, whatever. It's like 2 or 3 weeks. Ain't happening this year. It's the next 3 episodes coming in the next 3 weeks.
Oh, that's nice.
Yep, y'all.
Hey, Jen Filater. Can't freeze salt water? Buddy, I'm pretty sure
yeah, you
dragons
can.
can't fly and they don't exist. But you know what? I'll listen to you on this one, all right?
It's got a lower freezing point.
It takes a little bit more, but it can freeze. It can freeze.
got icebergs.
Molecularly, I'm not going to get into it, but I think Jade already debunked that earlier because she's smart. So and
Who knows?
I'm
Called
stupid.
icebergs.
So right, icebergs. There you go, motherfuckers. There you fucking go, icebergs. There you go.
Yeah, where the icebergs come from?
Exactly. No, there you go. Fuck off.
Talk to the
Atlantic Ocean.
Titanic, buddy.
Right, the Titanic sunk because of ice. Ice sunk that bitch.
Yeah.
So yeah, there you go. And that was in.
that was all I had. You guys pretty much covered everything else.
Sweet.
Great episode.
Thanks a lot, man. We appreciate it.
I'll let y'all go. Take it easy.
All
All right,
man.
bro. Thanks.
Take it easy. God, I love this show, man.
I have a ball here, man. I should have been gone a while ago, but I'm cool, man.
I know, I'm sorry
I texted
about
him
that.
like, hey, no, I texted. I was like, hey, I'm gonna be there whenever.
I told you, man. I was like, I get you out in an hour. I'll just take the calls. But I love that you're still here. We did miss last week, and then of course the tragedy of trying to have Clown on happened. Holy
Clown, it's great to have Clown on because he's just I get the impression he's just as passionate about the show
man.
too. He catches little things. He has a different mindset as well.
He wanted to be on tonight.
But it sucks that he's traveling planet Earth. You know,
Yeah.
like why have a life? Come here, do a
Right.
show with us.
He wanted to be on tonight. He was real excited, and then when he was like, "When are you doing it?" Oh, it's 4 a.m. where I am. I'm like, yeah. Well, get up, motherfucker. Wake up.
You know what that is? It's fear. He doesn't want to be on the same show with the man that defeated him. Like, I feel it when we're on Catch 33. I felt it on the last episode.
Now, you guys are talking about
felt
doing
that.
the rematch. I say let's do it for the season finale.
We should do it. See, why not do it like early? Obviously, a time for him. It might not be the best viewage, I guess, of the world, but that doesn't matter.
Well, I'm thinking about going live right after the Game of Thrones. Like, I don't know if you're available for this, but I'm thinking about going live right after the episode and doing a live reaction. I'll stay up all night for that because that's an event.
You'd have to talk to him about it. I mean, actually, that's perfect for him, huh?
Oh yeah, it'd be right in the middle of the day for him. So that might actually work out quite well. I'm
actually intoxicated and over these people's houses that I don't know. I'll talk to him
because I think that could be a hell of a lot of fun to do. If, you don't have to be on the entire show if you just want to pop in or whatever, but that could be a lot of fun because now I've got access to HBO now. So fuck the world. Fuck the world now.
We have like a get together and stuff, and we talk shit, we eat, we watch the episode, and that's what we do. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I might be on my phone or something, but I'm probably not gonna be sober regardless.
I'm not gonna be either, and I'm gonna be fucking.
Oh, that's gonna be just as fine. And we got to get clown fucked up too.
Oh God, yeah, yes. I will have to convince him to imbibe. Tom
Jerry, your question is the bane of my Twitter's existence. My Twitter does not exist. I've gotten DMs and emails about this shit.
Oh, dude, all the time. I just ignore it. I don't even fucking care anymore.
I tried to ignore it, but it's like I feel like they think that the old format is like, I feel like people are thinking that I'm working on something right now that's Catch 33 related.
No.
Like I'm like, what? I have nothing right now, dude.
Hopefully on Catch 33 front, hopefully we will be doing the scarce video very, very, very soon, and the Vega will get to work doing his thing that he does, and we'll continue to do our live streams. I had a lot of fun on the live stream. We caught a lot of shit in the comments section of it afterwards, but
did we?
Oh yeah.
I gotta go check that out. I only saw a few of them.
Pull up your fucking boots because the shit gets thick, buddy. It's
really,
yeah.
They better not say anything about me. I didn't do anything.
No, people do. What did I do? I didn't do nothing. I did nothing, man. Fuck that. I didn't do anything either, except for my microphone being all fucked up at the beginning. But that was the internet, not me. What are you gonna do? All right, Vega. Anything else that we may have forgotten? Anything you want to throw out there? Plug your shit, all that good stuff. Now's your time.
Well, that's all I got, man. Awesome episode. We'll be over here next week.
The Lord Vega. You fucking go like him, live and love and fucking get up inside of his goddamn mind. He's one of the best creators on all of YouTube. Go watch all of his videos on his channel. If you haven't done it, you're missing out. And he's one of the most entertaining followers on Twitter as well. Always funny. Sometimes he just throws some random ass shit up there. It's always well produced and it's always fun. Go check him out, man. He is the man. And I'm so glad that he does this with me. So thank you so much, buddy.
Of course. Also, if you do join my Discord, not to interrupt, but if you do join my Discord soon, when I open up some stuff, I'm going to try to see if I can't get like a select few people to do screenings for my next videos and to help produce the next videos, as in ideas and to talk about, how to do things or whatever, just shit like that.
That should be a Patreon thing, dude. Make some money.
I was convinced to do a Patreon, and she's actually in one of the chats right now, but she's the one that gave me the convincing for doing the Patreon.
Good stuff. There you go.
So I will. I just feel like I need to put out at least, 1 or 2 more videos.
Fair enough. That's fair. Or just do what I do. Put out a bunch of shit and then try to get money off my live streams. It works out well. Pokemon brings in the
I want to grab people's, if I have enough time, I want to do a live stream where I'm going to people's channels and then editing their videos. Like I'll strip their video. And then edit it.
Funny. What I'm thinking of doing is that I bought Adobe products yesterday. Dave's going to try and do some editing. This might not end well. Right. I'm going to try and take some of my own control for myself and do a few things. What I'm thinking of doing is on a really slow news day or nothing I really have to talk about, I'm thinking about getting somebody who might have some time, either whether it be you, somebody who knows this shit way better than I do, and maybe do a live tutorial where you just talk me through some of the basics and try to teach this idiot how to fucking edit some pictures and stuff.
You mean live online?
Yes, like live stream it. Like, I'm not even kidding.
Oh, yeah, whatever.
We both have fucking Photoshop open, and you try to actually get it through my head of how to do something. So, because I think that could be entertaining as fuck.
We can do it.
All right, man. Thank you guys so much for being here. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Keep the conversation going in the comment section below and our Twitters, Discords. Get involved. We want to hear from you. Your theories, all of that good stuff. We care, kind of, a little bit. We'll listen. Thank you very much for joining us. We will see you next time right here on Dead on Dave Productions. Also, go to my new channel if you like Pokemon. We got Dead on Dave Pokemon. It's its own separate entity now. Go support it. We're already doing really well. Over 250 subs on it already. Go support it. We do live streams every single day. Go be a part of it. We'll see you next time. Keep it copious, folks. Remember, as always, if you don't have talent, have talented friends like this motherfucker right here, the Lord Vega. See you next time.
Later, everybody.
Peace out.